Hello and good morning, everybody. Marhaba, assalamu alaikum, wherever you are. If you're in the US, in Palestine, or any other parts of the world joining us today, thank you for coming on board to this event, the US PAL Expo and Summit 2021. This is our first event, and we hope that you would enjoy it and connect with people at the event and watch and learn from our expert speakers from different topics. My name is Marwan Ahmed. I'm the president of Arabesque Media and the co-organizer of the event with Layla with us today, executive director of Americans for a Vibrant Palestinian Economy, and Matt, the president of American for Vibrant Palestinian Economy, and Sidqi from AHL Logics. Thank you for joining us. We'll start our event with the opening ceremony today, and then the first session will start in less than half an hour. First, I would like to thank our sponsor, Anera, who supported our event, and I'm sure they're here with us today. They will be speaking at one of our sessions about outsourcing and one of their exciting programs that they started to train Palestinian students in technology. And I'm sure we all learn great things about their work. I would like to also thank my co-organizers here on the screen, whom I just introduced. They did an amazing work putting this event together. Excuse me. It took, a few months. We had to postpone it one time just because of scheduling and the COVID situation and holidays. But the good news is we're here today and we're live with you. I can see that we have 36 participants live, 38 now. They're coming in. Great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I would like to also thank our partners in this event. Preak Technologies Group, AHL Logics, Sidqi with us, Arab America, and Grow Home. So to get into why did we organize the event, my background is in digital marketing and event organizing. I've been talking to Layla, and since we met, a couple of years ago, Layla now? And we realized that we need to do something to help the Palestinian economy. And technology is one of the areas that Palestinian economy is growing to, and we needed to support that. And the US, as a leader in technology, we thought, what is the best way to do it, but connecting both sides, the companies in the US who are leading this in different areas of technology, and the Palestinian talents, whether they're individuals or startups or even established companies. This way, there's a lot of communication between both sides where they can, give business to each other, but also to support and educate the Palestinian tech industry. So we decided to put this event together. We reached out to our connections, and mashallah, Layla has amazing connections, so is Sidqi, and they helped reach out to many of our talented and expert speakers who will be with us today. So in the outsourcing area, there are challenges and there are opportunities. And connecting between the US and the Palestinian sides, the challenges and opportunities are in the business culture, where we can help the Palestinian side understand the American business culture and to provide excellent service, because the talent is there. We just need to bridge the gap in that area. There's also time zone. Anytime you do outsourcing, there is a time zone situation and a challenge, but it's definitely less with Palestine than other parts of the world, where the time zone sometimes is 10 to 12 hours. This way, the service provider in the Palestinian end can be more on time and less time gap between the two companies on both sides. We also would like, to utilize the American side to provide the latest technology to the Palestinian side, train them, educate them, and keep them up to date in that area. And lastly, on the Palestinian side, language, English is strong among Palestinian tech talents and companies. So there is less challenge when it comes to language, unlike many other outsourcing companies or countries in the world where language may be a challenge, especially when it comes to accent, dealing with customers, especially if there is an call center situation, or even communicating between the two sides. So today our goal is to connect both sides, the American and the Palestinian side. We know the Palestinian tech industry is an emerging industry, but there is a lot of great talents. I mean, since we started this event, organizing this event, I realized and learned that the talents in Palestine were much more than I expected and I knew. And every day I get to meet more people and more talents, and this gives us more of a reason to work with the Palestinian side and support them through events and projects like these. And in return, by connecting both sides, this will hopefully help the Palestinian economy. And this is the specialty of Layla and Matt, and I'll let them talk more details about that. On the American side, as I mentioned, the high-tech industry starts here and evolves and goes around the world. And compared to Palestine, there is a lot to be learned, I think, and we need to work on that together. We also would like eventually, and after the event, to continue. We would like this to would like to work as a platform and a ground to train Palestinian talents as well, working with our partners like Anera and AVPE and others. What's next? We don't want this event to be the end of our work and project. We want this event to be the beginning of what's next. We wanted this to lead to more connections, relationship buildings, business dealing, contracts, outsourcing work. So we want to do this after the event, and we will be announcing the initiatives that we're working on, whether it's mentorship programs, training programs, creating databases on both sides so they can recognize that they exist and offer service to each other. So with this, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to introduce Layla, the Executive Director of Americans for Palestinians for Vibrant Palestinian Economy, to tell you about their organization and their involvement here today.
Thank you so much, Marwan. My name is Layla Kekso, and I want to welcome everybody and thank you for joining us today. This has been an interesting year for the world over, but one of the things that has come out of all of this is that we can host events like this where people from all over the world can connect and network and do business together. So I always like to look for some of the positive things that have come out of this mess, and I think that is certainly one of them. I am the Executive Director at Americans for a Vibrant Palestinian Economy. And yes, we know that is a mouthful of a name, so we just say AVPE, so that's a lot easier. So at AVPE, our mission is to promote the ongoing development of a vibrant and sustainable economy in Palestine by building bridges and supporting the indigenous business community. So in practice, that means we work with Palestinian companies seeking to do business or learn more about American markets. And we have also worked with a handful of US companies that are looking to do business with Palestine. So that could either be in Palestine or looking to import Palestinian products for a certain or specific purpose. So today's event is really about building those bridges, right? So our core mission is building bridges between Palestinians and Americans. And I have long wanted to focus efforts on supporting the Palestinian IT industry. This, as Marwan said, is a growing sector. It's getting larger, stronger, and more dynamic all the time. Even more so with this new normal that we all find ourselves in. We're all living our lives online a lot more, and I think that the Palestinian tech community is rising to that challenge. So, you know, virtual events just like these are an example of how life has changed a lot. Most of us are aware that the movement of goods in and out of Palestine is extremely difficult as a result of the occupation. So supporting the growth and development of the IT sector provides a unique opportunity to circumvent those barriers, right? There's no movement of goods, it's services. Palestine can, and you will learn more today, in some cases already is, offering high quality IT services both regionally and internationally. So like Marwan said, there is work to be done, but there is also amazing work already being done. And some of those speakers that we have today will be highlighting that work. So the idea behind today's event is really to provide a space for Palestinian tech companies to meet with US tech companies and create opportunities for networking and exchange. And as Marwan said, this is the beginning, not the end. We want to have follow-up from this event, and we want to continue and see these connections made and these bridges built. So it's a matter of supply and demand, what the US companies have a need to work with offshore talents, and what Palestinian companies or even individuals can fill that need. So it doesn't always have to be a direct relationship with a Palestinian company, but there could be freelancers out there, and I'm sure that some of you are out there in the audience today who can offer high quality services to US companies as well. And we all know that remote working has become so normal, and so it's not really a problem anymore that you live in Palestine and the company is somewhere else. Let's see, but we also keep in mind that this can be a two-way street. So there may be US companies out there that are looking to expand their services into the region. And Palestine can be their virtual port of entry, so to speak. So it's not always that Palestinians want to do business in America, but there may be American companies that also want to do business in the Middle East, and Palestine can offer them a gateway to that entry. AVP is very honored to be partnering with Arabesque Media and with ALH Logics to bring this idea to fruition. And this is just the beginning of the conversation, not the end. We have a stellar lineup of panels and speakers for you today. Our first panel shares success stories of US companies that have already paired with Palestinian companies to outsource work or worked with individuals as remote employees. They will share compelling stories of the very cutting edge work their Palestinian teams are doing for them and the strong success these partnerships have been. The second panel will review existing efforts to promote Palestine as a viable, reliable, and in fact high caliber talent pool to draw from. The third panel focuses on the use of technology in media and arts, even more so now with COVID-19 as a backdrop. And the last two panels go into more industry-specific details, discussing opportunities for outsourcing, partnerships, and business in both digital marketing and cybersecurity. So we hope you can join us for most of the day, if not all. All sessions will be 55 minutes, and there'll be time for question and answers at the end. You can submit your questions in the chat. I want to thank Marwan Ahmed and Subki Salama. It's been a pleasure working with both of you and for all the hard work you put into making this event a success. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to all of our speakers who have so graciously agreed to share their time and expertise with us here today. So we hope you enjoy the event. I also want to introduce to you now Matt Lay. He is the new AVPE president of the board, and he's going to talk a little bit more about his role and our work at AVPE. So thank you very much for coming, everybody, today. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Layla, and thanks, Marwan, as well for this and just putting this together. At AVPE, as Layla said, one of the big pieces for us is about building bridges and then building that vibrant and then sustainable economy. And that's really what drew me into this work at the beginning, is that work of building vibrancy and understanding, well, what does that mean? Because while we may be still very focused on the social justice aspects of the occupation and how do we work creatively in that space, there still needs to be that foundation. There still needs to be that sustainability. Life is going to go on no matter how the rest of the process goes on around it. And so AVPE is a great opportunity to engage at any point in the process to help build that foundation. And so as I've worked more into the business world and been moving into consultancy, that ability to support the efforts in Palestine, which I've been doing over the last couple of decades with my business acumen, this was a great opportunity to pull those two pieces together. Because as we're looking to build that vibrancy, what we're looking to do is build those bridges, figure out where are there gaps, where are the strengths that we can build on. And in a lot of that, it's just about awareness. And events like these are fantastic opportunities to bring things to light, things that we didn't know, things that, hey, here are issues that we can be working on, or, here are opportunities. As Marwan said, I mean, one of the things that, might go under the radar for some people is just the sheer fact that the time zone difference can actually be a strength, depending upon if you're looking at coverage. Companies, especially in the digital and tech industry, that ability to have that 24/7 coverage in a more global, holistic way is a real benefit. And so finding where are those strengths, where are those gaps, and how can we move things forward to that vibrancy in a sustainable way. So that's what we do at AVPE. We build those bridges, we make those connections, and we build that economy and pull in that vibrancy, which always is going to be led by the Palestinians indigenously living in the area as they define it, and we support it. That's what we do. I'm super excited to be a part of that work. Very, very grateful that this event is happening, that the work has gone into it. Excited for the speakers that are coming up and the participants who are here to join us in this work. So just wanted to add my voice of welcome to the mix.
Thank you, Matt. Glad that you're with us today, and I get to meet you as well. Just a quick reminder for the participants, on the right-hand side, under the event tab, if you click on polls, we have a poll there. Would like to hear from you. What is it that you're trying to get out of this event? This will help us plan future events as well, and also plan our next steps for this project. We'll be creating more polls throughout the day, so keep an eye. You feel free to visit the expo and see what our exhibitors have to offer. We have few but really good ones over there. Leave them a note if you want to communicate with them, or you can click on schedule a meeting so you can meet with them during the event. I see that we have 62 people live, which is excellent for our first event, alhamdulillah. Now I'd like to introduce one of our actually instrumental members of this small team that put this great event together, Sidqi Salaima. Sidqi did a lot of work connecting us with the Palestinian side, and he's here with us today. I'd like to welcome him, and would like to hear from you, Sidqi. Give us a few remarks.
Thank you, Marwan. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you all for attending and attending today. Thank you for the organizers, for our speakers who will present today the importance of outsourcing and the importance of what we are doing here for the Palestinian community and bridging that technology sector between the technology services between Palestine and the US. As a Palestinian American, this is a very, very important topic. This is something that I feel very close to heart, to be able to support the technology, the technical ecosystem in Palestine. I'm amazed by the talent and the quality. Alhamdulillah, people, technical folks in Palestine have a lot to offer, and I'm so excited for this event to be able to show off that the success stories and give us the opportunity to speak not only to our US-based audience, but to the world about the quality of the talent, the capabilities that we have here in Palestine, and the abilities that, what we're capable of doing and how we can serve and help. So welcome everybody, and thank you for the organizers for putting this event together. Back to you, Marwan.
Thank you, Sidqi. I feel like a reporter broadcasting, and you're in different countries, and you are actually, which is cool. So I wanted to also bring to everybody's attention that there is a lot of options on this platform for people to interact, meet, not just leave notes for groups and chats, but one-on-one. Feel free to look up the profiles of people, the chat or under events, and see what they do, who they are, and communicate with them one-on-one. You can book direct meetings with them, so you can follow up even after the event. This is the whole idea, is to meet here and do business later on. Again, I want to remind you to visit the expo. We have the sponsor booth, we have the partners booths, and we have also some Palestinian startups booths there who would love to hear from you and see if they can offer you any service. If you're based in the US or outside of Palestine, maybe you'd like to do business with them, hire them for a project or two and see how things work out. I personally use a lot of outsourcing work in the digital marketing area, and I'm more than happy to give my business to the Palestinian side. They're definitely more worthy of given work. There is a lot in common in terms of culture and in terms of business, and they need our support. So that's what we're doing this event for. And we'd like to also hear your ideas. If you have any ideas that you'd like to share with us, please send them to us and privately so we can see it. Otherwise, it will be lost in all this chat on the chat panel. We will take all ideas into consideration, and we will talk with our partners here to see which of those ideas actually are practical and we can implement and take this to the next step. Remember, this is the beginning of new things, not the end. The event is an opener, and we would like as many people here who are watching us to be involved. We don't own this concept. We just had the idea to start this concept. We need your help and support, just like everybody who stepped up to help us in this project. I'm sure there are more people out there who would like to contribute and have great ideas to share. So don't hesitate. We have 3 more minutes, Leila, before we go off live and get ready for the next session. So if you need to add anything, Leila, Matthew, feel free.
Thank you, Marwan. I will just add that, inshallah, everybody is able to, we want to hear from you. Like Marwan said, it's, I think, very important. Our intention is not to just hold a one-off event. Our intention is to make this an ongoing platform, an ongoing project that supports the Palestinian technology community and the opportunities, try to bridge the gap and try to create opportunities for companies, for individuals. So please be in touch. Please share your ideas. Reach out to us. We would like to hear from you. We would like to know how we can improve, what we can do better, all of that. So please don't shy away, and please be part of this as a momentum. Let's keep the momentum going.
Thank you, Sidqi. Thank you, Leila and Matt. Our next session is Success Stories of Working with Palestinian Talents. This will be moderated by Leila. And our speakers are Masoud Yunus, Tony Habash, and Hatem Sahouri. We will be going off live right now to prepare for the next session. Don't go away. I see the 60 people there. Stay around, and the next session will be exciting, I promise you. See you in a few minutes.